Good morning, children. We just went around looking at a few things. What were they? What did you see? I think we saw plants, the road, buildings, cars, chair, etc. Can you give me one word by which we can name all these things? Well, the term is resource. Now, what is a resource? A resource is something that we need, something that we utilize, something that has value. So, what is a resource? A resource is something that has utility, that has value, but it should be technologically acceptable, culturally acceptable, and economically feasible. Now, what do these terms mean? We find a lot of solar energy in India being a tropical country. But are all regions of India able to utilize this solar energy? No. This is because in most areas of India, it is at present not possible to use them. We don't have the capital investment in solar energy at present. Same way, we are having lots of uranium in Ladakh, but because it is not technologically possible to utilize it, to extract it, it still is not a resource we are using at present. Now, why are resources needed? Resources are needed because we need to develop them to go ahead in life, to do something that will be gainful. So, resources are needed. Now, resources can be classified on various bases. Resources can be classified as, first one, on the basis of origin. On the basis of origin, resources can be biotic, abiotic. Those resources that come from living things are biotic resources. Trees, animals, human beings are all biotic resources. Those resources that are non-living are abiotic. The car, rocks, the road, building, all these are abiotic resources. Second, on the basis of status of development. First, developed resource. We know that resource is there. We know how much of that resource is there. That is called developed. 247, 847 million tons of coal we know is present in Jharia. That is a developed resource. So we know how much coal is there. and how long it will last if we continue using it at a certain pace. Second, potential. We know that resource we can use, but at present there are capital constraints. Solar energy in Gujarat and Rajasthan, potential energy, potential resource. On the basis of status of development, the third is stock. We know the resource is there, but technologically we are unable to use it. Hydrogen and oxygen make up water, H2O, but are we able to extract hydrogen and oxygen from water at present? No. So that is stock. Fourth, reserve. The resource is present there, we know it is there, but at present we are not utilizing it as we are keeping it for future. Example, the vast areas of forest resources in the country. Now, next way of classifying resources is on the basis of ownership. Who owns it? My car, my pen, my book. Individual resources. Then we go to the public park. There is grazing ground in the village. That is community resource. Next, it is resources that is owned by the nation. Taj Mahal, a national resource. NH that we have, the NH2 that passes through Dhanbad. That is a national resource. Even those areas along the coastal region, from the coast to 12 nautical miles, they are called territorial resources. These territorial resources also belong to the nation. Remember, it is 12 nautical miles and it belongs to the nation. Then comes the international resources, those that do not belong to any one particular country. Antarctica, the Pacific Ocean, the moon, these are international resources. From the coastline up to 220 nautical miles is the EEZ, Exclusive Economic Zone. This exclusive economic zone is part of the resource that a country can utilize for its economic development. But it needs the permission of international bodies to utilize these resources. Another way of classifying resources is on the basis of exhaustibility. How fast will it get over? That is renewable and non-renewable. Renewable resources are those that will continue for a very, very long time. Solar energy, wind, soil, they'll not get over. Next is non-renewable resources. Petroleum, coal, minerals, these are non-renewable resources. These resources will get exhausted if we keep on continuously using them, as they take a very, very long time, ages, to form. Thus, we need to be very, very careful about these non-renewable resources. So this was our first chapter of Standard 10, Resource and development. Now we have given the classification of resources and what are resources. Now note down a few questions. First, define resources. Second, classify resources on the basis of origin. Next, what is territorial water? Next, how is EEZ different from territorial waters? Next, distinguish between renewable and non-renewable resources. Thank you, children. Hope you have enjoyed today's lesson. Thank you.